It's been a while since I've kind of spoken a video, but I guess I'll just start off kind of, just nice, chill, and slow. Well, of course, today is June 13th, and it has officially been a year since I've first achieved Bloodlust. And it's honestly kind of crazy, to be honest, that it's already pretty much been a year since I first did this level. And of course, as always, it's my most well-known and greatest achievement within the game that I've managed to accomplish somehow. But I kind of wanted to make a video on this day specifically a year later, just because, why not? And just to kind of rewind back in time and reflect on the level a bit more. But to really start this out, I just want to get into the pros. I first want to get into the pros of Bloodlust and what I've learned from it over time. Basically the good news of my Bloodlust achievement and such. I want to get into the pros first before getting into the cons initially. So we'll just start off with that. The pros. I would say that after I've done Bloodlust, it's definitely the only level, of course, that was a learning experience as far as it teaching me patience and grinding it out, hard work, so on and so forth. I've been practicing on the level for 2 years, just on and off, basically, just being constantly on and off, grinding it out one day, then the next several weeks take a break from it, a long break, come back to it, grind it out more, take several more months off of it, come back to it, etc., etc. You get the gist of it. But the one thing that I'm very proud of myself, I would say, is just that I not only just managed to beat it and practiced over time, but also I've managed to stay strong with this level for 2 years, and just really glad that something that I've been dealing with as well, that's just been extremely hard for me to just get past, really, is this level. After completing this hard of a level, it's definitely boosted my emotions a bit. It's definitely made me feel a bit motivated to just continue playing on this game. And but most importantly, of course, when you have a dream of doing something and you work at it for 2 whole years or even more, way more than that, however long, and you work so hard and you finally achieve that goal, it's such a great feeling. It's such a great feeling, and and it definitely gives you just a massive overdose of just confidence and motivation, and just wanting to do more, within the game, and I guess that's one of the few pros, or that's definitely one of the pros that I can definitely took from it, was that it just kind of gives you just this huge boost over time that can last for however long. Another thing that I've also kind of, I guess, learned from doing this level was breaks. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but taking breaks is extremely essential. As much as it doesn't sound like, for the ones that don't really take breaks, it might not seem that effective, but I promise you, taking breaks from a level, like if you're struggling on just anything, and it doesn't have to be just in GD in general, it can just be just any type of life situation that you're doing, taking very long breaks and then coming back to it later on, and then continuing to do more of those long breaks and then coming back, and then just kind of just rinse and repeat type of thing. Because taking breaks basically just refreshes your mind, it refreshes your mindset on how you think. It gives you lots of time to just kind of take a step back and to kind of problem solve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in life or in game or whatever. It gives you that sense of relief, just for a little bit. It's like a temporary relief, just to kind of take a step back and kind of reflect on what you could do in order to get over this certain hump, this certain obstacle, and just kind of step by step, day by day thing. It can just be simply that. It wasn't really my initial plan to make a return in this game. For those that don't really know, the first time of me really playing Geometry Dash and getting into it was, I would say, around 2015, 2016-ish, around that time. I was starting off in the game just like how everyone else was starting off. I was just kind of taking my time with it, playing Stereo Madness, and then from there on out, just kind of, working my way up from the top with the main levels, just like how everyone else did. But from that point on, of course, I just kind of grew from there. And I started to achieve a bit more and more. It wasn't really anything special. I was still doing main levels and face rated levels as well, such as insane rated levels, and hard rated levels and harder rated levels, like that type of face rating. Throughout those days, I was mostly just seeing a lot of different people here and there, of course better than me. I was watching just a lot of different players beat different types of difficult levels. Everyone that was at my skill range at that time, of course, it makes you wonder, and it makes you think, and it makes you hope as well. Like, man, I hope to be like this guy someday. He's beating all these hard, difficult levels, all these different types of extreme demons, what I'm saying? And, like I said, I first started to initially play around 2015, 2016, so seeing everyone do these type of levels, do these type of things, it definitely makes you just be like, man, I wish to be that guy. This is awesome. This is a really great achievement to have, and so on and so on. And so there's a few more pros here and there that I've learned, but they're just kind of like the little things. But now it's time to get a little bit more into the cons, because I think the cons are more important than the pros. The pros are more like yeah, it's taught me to beat more things in the game afterwards, yada yada, but that's not what I'm really here to talk about. So we're gonna get into the cons now. And these aren't questions that you guys have asked or anyone else has asked, but these are basically just questions that I've asked myself after beating Bloodlust. And it's just a couple of them, really. And I think one of the questions that I've asked myself over time, or that I've asked myself after the completion, was really just, where do I want to go from there? And I've put a lot of thought into it, and of course, I've done several other levels after Bloodlust. It wasn't just the end of the chapter for me. I just kept playing the game as always. But the question was, where do I want to see myself in life? Because the thing with Geometry Dash is that I love it, yeah, and I've achieved great things in it, but at the same time, it has gotten a toll on me a lot. And not just mentally, but also just, I guess, physically, if you want to, put it in that type of form, And so I question myself, like, where do I want to be at in life? Do I want to just continue to be stuck playing Geometry Dash, or do I want to explore, what I want to, like, just explore life, and just to get out a bit more, and just to discover just to really discover what I really want to do with my time. Because I have been wasting it within this game. Not saying it's a bad thing, but at the same time, it kind of is if I'm not really achieving anything in real life as I am in the game, if that makes sense. Really, after I completed Bloodlust, I honestly think everything just kind of went downhill. And what I mean by that is, it kind of gave me this type of, not ego, but it gave me this mindset of sticking with the game longer. and not wanting to give up on it. Because and I think that's completely normal, after you completed something big such as Bloodlust or whatever level that you've achieved in the game that's on the main list. That's a normal thought, to have, is that, like, you don't want to quit on the game, and you have this boost that you can achieve more. But at the same time, this boost that I've been having after Bloodlust has just taken over. It really has just taken over, and I've just been on the grind with Geometry Dash just so much, just unbelievably. It would just kind of anytime I was struggling with just any type of just easy extreme demon, it's like I would just be extremely brutally hard on myself, because I would just be telling myself in my head, like, bro, you've like you did Bloodlust, like you've done all these other levels in extreme demons, you've proven to everyone that that you're really good at the game, this, that, and the third. What I'm saying? It's like I'm having all this talk in my head, and so I'm extremely hard on myself, and so it's gotten to a point where if I was struggling at some random easy extreme, I would literally, like, it was bad. Like, I would literally, like, physically hit myself sometimes, but it was just out of pure rage and anger. And that's what I mean by like, this game has just been affecting me mentally for so long, both mostly, I would say both before and after Bloodlust, but I would mostly say after I did Bloodlust, because, again, like I said, it gave me that sense of I was really good at the game now, and I can beat anything really quick, like it's no problem. And I still, I still have that skill right now, but at the same time, it's like I just don't. I'm just drained, and I just have zero interest within this game, That's the thing. And because all of this was happening all at once, it's what pretty much initially made me slow down within GD, which is why, as you could tell from some of my recent videos, I would pick a random level, practice it however long, grind it out, make really good progress through practice, and then make pretty decent or really good progress just in normal mode, and then drop it. And then I won't play GD for a while, pick up another level, I do Berserk, I grind it out, I get like around 76, 77, I forgot what my percentage was on Berserk, but basically I would just make good progress on it, and then later just drop it. And then did the same thing with WoW, practiced it, got bored of it, dropped it, and etc. So it has led me to just being extremely inactive within the game as far as just beating levels all the time like I used to. It really doesn't interest me anymore, just at all. And as kind of sad as it might seem for me looking at it that way, it's just true. I honestly think that my interest within the game is just officially, without me giving any sort of video announcement saying that I'm going to retire from GD or whatever, like I have done lots of times in the past, I think I'm officially just losing interest in the game. I think that I'm just not there anymore. Like the old me within Geometry Dash used to always, the old me within Geometry Dash was just on fire, really. Like the old me was crazy in the game. I would just beat so many levels within a week or within under a week, just so many random just extremes here and there. And even with Erebus, that took me a very short amount of time as well, just knocking all these levels out the park. It's like it's all of that. It unfortunately isn't in me anymore, as sad as it is to say. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that this is kind of all of a sudden happening, because I just need to break free from it. it's kind of got me locked in chains, if I can be honest. It had me locked in chains, actually, for like the longest time. And because, like I said previously, when I mentioned on how after I basically completed this level, it just made me to be more attached to the game. Pretty much just entrapped me within the game even more. Just kind of wasting more precious time on what I could actually be doing. And I just had to make changes. Even now, I have to make changes. It made me more attached to the game, when in reality I was trying to break free from it. But now my mind currently is just kind of in this chill but monotone. And really, it's just because of what I'm kind of dealing with and going through, you know. You always got to put yourself first before you put anything else in front of you. It's just gonna make you insane. Like literally, it'll make you go insane if you don't take the steps to just do what you need to do, and just cut the cord with all of this, with all of these things I've been doing recently, these past several months. And that's the thing. There will be a time where you just kind of have to reflect back, just like how I am right now, with me and this level in the game, and just how it's been affecting me. And really, with all this being said, you know, I might have repeated a few things here and there, but it's alright. I mean, mostly just because I have a lot in my head, you know, and just kind of have to get it all out there. That's just kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm no longer playing the game, and if I am on it, I'm only doing mashup videos, basically, because I just kind of have fun with it. I make random mashups here and there. In my recent videos, I've made just random mashups of this rapper Laserdam 700, and just collabing him with just different types of levels, and then showcasing it later on. You know, just kind of that's my fun now within the game. So I don't really care for anything else. I've did all that I could. I tried my best on a few things here and there. They didn't work out. It's 100% okay. I'm finally free from this game. But enough of my sob story, whatever you want to call this. That's kind of all that I wanted to talk about within this video, and I honestly hope that you stuck long enough to the very end of this to just hear me out, you know, of everything that's been going on with me behind closed doors, pretty much, and things like that, you know. So to wrap this up, if you do have any other questions that you want to ask, feel free to, you know, whether if it has to do with the game, if it has to do with what I have planned out for me, as far as me wanting to achieve certain goals here and there, and just kind of try to figure myself out, you know. So whatever questions you have for me, definitely, you know, feel free. Don't be afraid to ask, you know. I'll definitely just reply back to you in the comments and stuff like that. But that's really it. I'm still really proud of myself for everything that I've done within this game, and proving myself that no matter how hard something is, it'll always be possible at the end of the day, as long as you just stick to it and be mentally strong about it. Keep that in mind if you want to. But future videos, mostly just Phantom Forces. I played that a lot. Phantom Forces, just kind of me having fun, screwing around, playing different games here and there, you know, just so that's just kind of the videos I'm gonna be pumping out. So I'll still be making videos, don't worry. Thank you once again, and yeah, see you guys later.